Upgrade. I'm Kate, and I'm here with my awesome boss, Seymour. Hi, Seymour.
Hey, Kate. Welcome. Got a great show for you today. Secret word coming up. As usual, Kate, 3 chances if folks enter the... Let's just explain how it works. We're going to do a secret word for you a little bit later on. It won't be secret when we do it. It'll be... Everyone will know. It'll be trending. It'll be trending on all the major social platforms.
And you'll go to magfast.com/fun. You'll enter. You get 3 chances to win some MAGFAST goodies, some other electronics, and you'll be talking to me about this. So I'll be able to talk to you, and we'll get you together a fun little package.
You're going to go virtual shopping with Kate for some great electronics, MAGFAST stuff, other stuff, and in fact we've got a winner which you're going to announce a little bit later along with a secret word. Yes, Kate?
Yes, I will be announcing a winner at the end. It was for March's winner, so you have to watch all the way to the end just to see if it's you.
But it could be you. It really could be you. Yes. Please subscribe and like. Just before we came on, I was checking. We're about 11,500 likes on Facebook now, which is great. Folks are joining us on YouTube. Smash the subscribe button on YouTube, please. Where else? We got
Twitter. Follow us on Twitter and connect with us on LinkedIn, please.
Yeah, please do LinkedIn. We started with LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago, and we're already... It's almost about half the level of Twitter. Anyway, if you use LinkedIn, please connect with us on LinkedIn. All right, let's get to the news. Folks are still asking about investing. I'm sorry I don't have news for you, but I'll give you a little update on what is happening there. We're going to talk in a minute, Kate, about these sort of final preparations as we move into shipping. What happens is that after this long, slow process of getting ready, suddenly it starts to move kind of very, very quickly. Never quite as soon as you want, but it starts to move. Yeah, exactly. It starts to move very quickly. And that's a very cash hungry time for any company. So I haven't made much of a secret of it. We haven't made much of a secret that we're going to be wanting to do more investing in the future. We're just not ready to announce anything just yet. I will tell you that there's a bunch of things going on at the moment. For those of you who already are investors, God bless you. Thank you so much. There is all of this is done under the watchful eye of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And there's a report that we have to do, a basic report we have to do, but I think by the end of the month. So that's all happening at the moment. They also require, before we do a future round of investment, a full audit. So this isn't the same audit that the IRS does if they come after you. It just has the same name. But it's a very, very full, it's a long and detailed process. That means that when investors invest, they can rely on the information that they're being.
And all companies have to do this, right? They're not just like picking us out.
Oh, no. This is there's this new, we've spoken about it before, this new thing called Regulation CF and Regulation A. They're funny names, but they're basically ways that for the first time in almost 100 years, smaller companies are allowed to raise money from regular people. And they've under the it was during the Obama administration. It was originally the law was written. Then it took a while to put it into action. But yeah, and it's becoming very, very vibrant. Some of the rules changed recently. It's kind of amazing, and a lot of people think that whether or not you think this is relevant to you watching us at the moment. I think there's a good chance that anyone watching who's involved in any kind of startup or small or maybe even medium-sized company over the next kind of decade or two is going to wind up using this amazing new set of legislation for raising money in all kinds of ways. Anyway,
folks have been asking about a shipping update, and I know you had something you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, sure. I just want to give a little more color to what we've been talking about for the last few weeks. Remember, I was talking about this. So there's a bunch of things that have to happen to for actual liftoff. As we speak, I'm going to hold on to something. I'm going to steady myself as I say this. As we speak, the first few MAGFAST lives are being manufactured. Which is kind of amazing after all of this time. It's not final assembly yet. It's putting together individual circuit boards and that kind of thing. as I mentioned last week when we were speaking with Damien, it's going to be small quantities to begin with. Less than 100 are going to be in this first batch. Many of them are going to go for testing. You know when you get the product, it has these little marks on them, CE, and you're like, I don't know what that is, but it's one of the things that if you're a grown-up company making grown-up products, you get CE certification, and so there's a bunch of them go off for that. All kinds of rigorous testing. There's destructive testing in some cases. In other words, like when they make a car, they crash it into the wall to see how it behaves. So the stuff where they put high currents into it to make sure that the safety circuits and everything works. So a bunch of them go for testing. We're going to get a tiny handful here for our own testing, and then some of those are going to go to one or two early customers. I do mean literally the first people on the first day. We're going to get them into their hands, and we're also going to have one or two sort of professional tech reviewers look at it for you, so that even though you're waiting till the curve comes up and kind of hits you, you're going to get someone other than us saying how great these products are. We're pretty confident they're going to say it's great, but we're going to get it out into the hands of one or two people whose opinion is independent of ours. And as I say, it's kind of those of you who've been with me for a while know that at the old company, it took a long time, and then suddenly we were shipping, and it started to move very quickly. So we're going to do it as quickly as we can. We do need to take into account, and wasn't that interesting talking to Damien last week about the whole supply chain thing, Kate?
Yes, interesting and frustrating, but yes.
Well, and kind of eye-opening. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch last week's episode of the upgrade. We were just talking about the global supply chain. We're okay at the moment, but many companies aren't, and it's going to be a kind of a tough year for the entire world of commerce. Parts. Mm-hmm. I read since we did that, I read an article in the last couple of days. Intel, the big chip maker, Intel. Remember we mentioned that chips for cars was one of the examples we mentioned last week. Yeah. That problem isn't going to be solved for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Oh my goodness!
Fully solved. The need for because they have to build new factories to make more chips. I mean, it's a really serious issue. Anyway, we're fine at the moment. We're going to be getting going. But remember, I said earlier, there's all of these things that have to come together for liftoff, and we've got one or two of them here to show you now. Yes. What should we do first of all? Sharon, can you? Thank you for doing this for us, Sharon. If you can come down to I've got a camera here. So I've got one of the kits here. We showed you. In fact, stay with me for a second. We showed you a lot of when we were working on the packaging a few weeks ago. I don't think we showed you this version of it, which isn't quite final. But it's a step or two further along the load. So if we can zoom in on my little camera set up here, maybe just make this the main item on the screen, Sharon. So I want to open this up for you here, and make it the big item, please, on the screen. So this is a package we've got, yeah, like that. Okay, and we showed you this before. This is the first kind of finished sample. Oops, let me lift it up for you like so. Now, this is under very bright lights here, and the first thing you're going to notice is probably some fingerprints. All right. So come onto the main camera. I'm showing you what we're doing. But this is why you, if you can come onto the main camera, this is why we get samples in, so that we can tweak it and change it a little bit. So one of the things about this these black surfaces is that they show fingerprints fairly easily, and this is sort of okay. It's like I don't know if I can even show you. Can I get an angle on there so you can see? Might be a little bit. There you go. Just about. You can see it on there. Mm-hmm. So this is otherwise great, but a little bit too much fingerprint. So Zenpak, the company I told you we've been working with on this, who are absolutely fantastic. We asked them they had already sent us this thing, which is unbelievable. It's a whole package of samples of all the different types of kind of papers and so on that they work with. And pull out the, I'm just going to quickly show you this because it was kind of amazing. So when we were working on which types of papers and cardboard to use in the packaging, they sent us this thing, which is this unbelievable array of all different thicknesses. And this isn't so much about colors, although there are some colors in here, all different thicknesses of card, different. It's truly remarkable. None of the other packaging companies that we spoke to bothered to do all of this. But anyway, just in this, just in this one, look, this is the same finish. If you can see that those are all the same finish, but slightly different, but different thicknesses of card. Anyway, very impressive. And when we spoke to them about the fingerprint issue, they sent us these 3 samples of different types of treatment that can go on top of the on top of the black.
Oh, so it won't show fingerprints?
So one of them, wouldn't you know,
won't show a mini.
One of them, wouldn't you know, is called anti-fingerprint tactile, and I'm not sure how well it shows up there. This one's a little bit messy because it's been in the office and we've all been putting our hands all over it like kind of crazy for a couple of weeks. But it's very good like that. So we love the guys at ZenPack. Thank you very much. And then let's come back onto this camera here for a second. I'll move this out of the way. And let me show you a bit about come to his MAGFAST Life. Now, this camera is just a webcam, and I know I can see that it's bleaching out a little bit. But even though we're really pleased with the boxes, let me show you the box action here. Yeah, you can see fingerprints on there now, can't you? Promise you they won't be there on yours. So we've got this beautiful action like so, and we open it, and we have this little leaflet inside, which I think I'm going to hold up to the main camera because that one's bleaching out so much. Or if I hold it up to you here, you can see. If I have my angle right, can you see this? Okay, so open me first, and this thing, which comes from the top of the package, right? The product is underneath. Contains a little kind of legal business here. All right, and then there's also, now this isn't the actual leaflet, this is just a sample that they sent us. What I thought it might be fun to do would be to show you a little bit of the work that we did developing the leaflet that goes into it. And a lot of stuff on my desk here now, but let's put
there's so much that goes into it that people never even realize. So
a crazy amount that goes into it. And it's kind of, it really is thousands of little details. And you know that on social media, people are going to go, well, I think, you know, and they're going to pick on one little detail, but we're trying to do our best to make it as amazing as possible. If I do a share my screen here, you guys getting me? Yeah, that looks like so. So this was the first draft of these leaflets, which was something that I did just kind of very quick and rough and ready to show the kind of thing that I had in mind. So all of these ones here, all of these sort of kind of purpley, pinky ones up at the top, that they're all for MAGFAST Life. And I think Sharon has got. If I unshare, oh, did I ever share in the first place?
No, you did. I see it.
You did? You said okay. Sharon has up on the screen now the much more finished artwork, which still isn't completely finished. It's a work in progress. But are you able to zoom in on that a little bit, Sharon, and show what we're doing? What we maybe do that and go up kind of up and to the left. What we wanted to do was to just keep it super simple, kind of like minimize the number of words. And but while still sort of telling the whole story, and it's in progress. I'm actually Sharon is working on this and is showing it to me and Kate at the same time. Kate and I, you can see
never seen this.
We're both looking down at our screens. But what we wanted to try and do was to convey the information, but also the absolute simplicity of losing these things. I mean, if you go to that, for instance, can we zoom in on that one in the upper right? It's really simple to charge using wires, right? There we go. See, there's the 2 outlets. Just plug your cable in right in the middle of your screen now. Charging wirelessly, power on, then center your device right on the little symbol. Right, you're just going to put your phone right down on top of it. So that's a little kind of a little look. It's work in progress at the moment.
It looks so good, though.
Yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it? Coordinating, the printing, because the stuff is manufactured overseas. And I just, whenever this comes up, somebody always writes in, why aren't you manufacturing in America? There is no place, there is no facility to manufacture these kinds of electronics in America. There just isn't. And if you know of one, we would move there just like that. If you can find a great facility here, but truthfully, the infrastructure isn't there. That means that the packaging, which is we're working with an American company on the packaging, but the actual printing goes on overseas. I've got another screen share. This is a little bit crazy. Last night, my wife Amy, Sharon, who's controlling all of this, and I had a meeting late at night with the printing factory, and this is going to look a little nutty on the screen, but I'll share it with you anyway. Hang on, share screen. Okay, sharing. Okay, good. Now listen, before we put this up on the screen, I just want to explain, this is what you're about to see is just a recording of a bit of a meeting last night where one of the folks is in the factory. They've just taken it off the printing press. Okay. And this was not shot to be beautiful footage for you. I just thought you might get a little bit of a kick out of watching it. So and it's going to be upside down and back to front and all funny angles, and you're going to see dust and reflections and all kinds of crazy. But it's a little bit of raw footage. So Sharon, if you could just bring that up for a second here. Okay, so here it's upside down, but this is the design we've now got for MAGFAST Air. All right, let me just play it. You can see, so this has just come off the press, although it looks like it got put down and got a smudge on it after being put down. You can see, all right, and here's the box. This is the cover of the accessories box. All right, there's MAGFAST Life, and do we have any of the others in there? There you go. You can see the man handling the whole thing. It's not the world's most exciting screen share, to be honest. But I just thought it'd be fun for you guys to take a quick look at that. But what you might have noticed in there is a change in the design of what's going to be on the box. What we found when we got these samples in, I spoke about the fingerprints, but when we got these ones in, we were finding that the real beauty and glossiness and whiteness was very difficult to show in this environment. So we're doing a couple of things. We've got that coating I mentioned. We're going to put what's called a UV gloss over this area to give glossiness to this area. But we're also not going to attempt to show white. Anybody who's done photography knows that showing an all white item, glossy item, is actually very difficult, particularly in print. We're good at it with animations and so on, but in print it's very, very difficult. And we just wanted these to look gorgeous. So I think Sharon has the art of what's now going onto the box. You kind of saw it flashing on my screen just now on the video feed. But if you can bring that up, and maybe is it possible to zoom in on the one on the left there, Sharon? You can see what we decided to go with this treatment, which is this very, very beautiful lighting. It's kind of like, sort of lit by moonlight look to the product. There's MAGFAST Air. I think there's Extreme. Is Extreme to the right on the same?
I think after this, everyone's going to want black products.
Yeah, it's not going to be available yet, but we're going to have to. But you can just see. Can we zoom in on the top there? You'll see the little cable in silhouette coming out of the top.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh,
there's my beautiful,
I love it.
There's my beautiful girl with cable. Oh my god. And do you have the other ones there for Sharon?
Ooh.
That's nice. There's Life by itself. Look at the LEDs glowing and okay. And this is you're seeing it flat. You're seeing it flat here, but this is the artwork that wraps around the box. And then this is an amazing new image. Again, if we can zoom in on it for a second, that'd be great. Which is it's a little difficult to describe. It kind of looks like, I always feel like I want to blow it up and put it on my wall, but that's essentially all of the stuff that only MAGFAST could do. All of those curves and shapes are all our sort of patented stuff and patented connections. All
and
right.
again, they are not available in black. I know people are going to write in and be like, "I saw a black one."
And this looks black. It isn't black. This is just the way it's photographed. It's photographed with amazing lighting. But no, the products are alpine white and some forest green to launch. And then in the future we'll do other colors once we've got this thing moving. All right, I think that's going to have to do it pretty much for this week. Hope you didn't find that too self-indulgent, but we just love looking at the stuff and sharing it with you. And it's pretty great to see, isn't it, Kate?
Yes. No, I loved it. That was wonderful. And I know everyone else will love it too. I'm sure we'll get emails about it. So, but before we leave, let me do the secret word. Our secret word this week is passion, because we have lots of passion for MAGFAST. Yeah,
the point about the reason we take you through this is if you imagine the amount of, like, if this is the care that's going into the packaging, you can only imagine what's going into and we've done the products in other weeks, but as a reminder, back at the beginning, the day we first met, you and I, dear viewer, you saw that long presentation. I said, look, there's no need for more chargers, but there is a chance to make something that's truly better than what's out there at the moment. And that's what we've been trying to do. Right. So today's secret word is passion. You're going to go to magfast.com/fun. Enter that for 3 chances to become this month's winner. Last month's winner is
George Junes, not George Jones, George Junes.
George Junes. Well done, George. Yes. You get $1,000 worth of goodies and some time on the phone with Kate to sort it all out. And good. Best of luck. We'll get you. We'll get you in the lineup for your MAGFAST stuff. And usually, Kate, someone picks up an Apple Watch or something crazy from Samsung at the same time. So it's pretty great. Well done, George. And for you, magfast.com/fun, please, and enter the secret word passion. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Well, I guess that's everything for today.
That's everything for today. Thank you for being a part of this and sticking with us through this long journey. As you can see, we're just about to hit the inflection point in the coming weeks and months. We're really thrilled to have you with us. Changing charging for good.